Hey guys, finally here, Broadhead testing day, and we're gonna do 3 different groups. Originally I was gonna test everything together. The one thing I did want to do is I'm gonna show you guys, I'm gonna lay out each group. This is the 125 grain group, and I'm gonna kind of list out these different broadheads. So ATAC first, Exodus, Shuttle T, then we've got 4 Magnus broadheads in a row. Then we've got the Anarchy, the Kudu, the Iron Will, a Wasp, I think it's a Wasp drone. Then we have a Muzzy Phantom SC. Then we have the Bishop, Holy Trinity Pipeline, and a Montec. All right, for the 100 grain heads, we have a Muzzy Trocor, we have the VPA 3 blade, the Iron Will, Tooth of the Arrow, a VPA 2 blade, a Ramcat that has the fire knock blades, nice little bug crawling across there. Then we have a shapeshifter and a K2 afflictor, and then the one that doesn't have anything on it is the dirt nap, because that dirt nap is on its way with a buddy of mine. All right, so here we've got the Iron Will without bleeders, an Iron Will with bleeders. We have a Bishop 2 blade, also Pipeline series, German Kinetic, Valkyrie, which is a 200 grain, and a Cutthroat 200 grain head. And then just to show you guys, here's the pile of bones, the boxes of bones that we're going to be shooting. So we got quite a few. Looking at it from the side, it looks like the Tooth of the Arrow right there.
Ramcat.
The Ramcat. All right, so going through this, the Muzzy, the VPA, the Iron Will. Then it looks like the Tooth of the Arrow is right there. Then the other VPA. Then the Ramcat actually did pretty well. The K2 afflictor didn't open. The interlock shapeshifter, I can't tell. I mean, it's open there, but I can't really tell if it opened in the gel yet. And then the dirt nap. So penetration was pretty close on all of them. It does look like the interlock shapeshifter, which is right there, did go through the wood open. The K2 definitely did not go through the wood open. It got bound up and stuck. So, and then the Ramcat left a nice hole. There's the Tooth of the Arrow, VPA, all the rest of the heads. They're all penetrated about the same. This is the 100 grainers. Those are Trocors. I'm glad you guys remember this. VPA, Iron Will, Tooth of the Arrow. I gotta stay back a little bit. VPA 2 blade, Ramcat, K2 afflictor, which does look like it opened up to start with. Shapeshifter, which did not open to start with. So you'd have 0 blood coming out of that hole. And the dirt nap. That's what he uses.
Animals with single barrel head, we shoot monster heads, monster arrows with top.
So here we go. Go through these. This is the ATAC, and whatever this one is, look like they penetrated. All right, so back here looking at all these different heads. We did end up running into a little bit of a problem. Looks like the Iron Will and the Wasp and then the Montec all hit the lower board just from the angle. So we're trying to keep this low. You can see from this test rig, the ballistics gel isn't that tall. So anyway, again, something we could probably do better in the next test, change things around, but it is what it is with this. All right, so here's the board with all the 125s. These are not necessarily at this point representative of the penetration, because that one was all the way through, and the ATAC was all the way through. Got a little close on those two, being the Exodus and the Shuttle T. The Magnus, like I said, one stuck, which is interesting to me that one went through and 3 didn't. So who knows? Anarchy had gone all the way through, and then these two kind of look like they got bound up on that lower board. So anyway, okay, so here's the back of the hide. Okay, so ATAC, you hold that for me real quick. Exodus, Shuttle T. That one is the Black Hornet Sear. That one is the just regular Black Hornet. That one is the Stinger. That one's the Stinger Buzz Cut. Then we go to Anarchy. Then we go to Kudu, Iron Will, Wasp Drone, Muzzy Phantom SC, Bishop Holy Trinity, and Montec. Oops. So there you go. So there we go. There's the back and the different penetration, and it's hard to see through the test rig, but anyway. All right, so there's the Iron Will with no bleeders, 150 grain with bleeders. Then was the Bishop, then the German Kinetic, which is right there, then the Valkyrie head, and then that Woodsman head, which is right through there. So that's all of them. That's the holes. So there's all the holes. So there's the Iron Will stuck in there. Arrow broke. It actually did come out the backside some. Bone started to split right there a little bit, but I'll dig them out later and show everybody. The destruction that is, there it is. So just going to do a real fast overview. So Iron Will penetrated. That's the 2-blade. It's coming out the back a little bit. This is the Iron Will with bleeders. The other one wasn't. It's coming out as well. These are a different shape bone, so we did all the heavier broadheads with these. Next one is going to be
Bishop pipeline.
the Bishop pipeline head. Did not come out the back. I haven't dug it out to see what shape it's in. We had 2 German kinetics completely fail, which surprises the living heck out of me, because last test they did not. But we shot them twice and they both failed. That is the Valkyrie. Tip's bent a little bit, penetrated pretty decent.
The cutthroat.
This is the cutthroat. It penetrated pretty decent as well. Appears to be in good shape, but we'll see. Well, we haven't gotten there yet. And then this bone here was another German kinetic, since we shot twice. And then we go on to the 125s. That's an ATAC. After the ATAC is the Exodus, which blew all the way through. Not in the greatest of shape, but again, we'll show everybody the broadheads when we're done. And we pull them out.
Shuttle T.
The Shuttle T blew all the way through, lost a blade.
Lost 2 blades.
2 blades. So kind of a fancy field point. Now this is the Magnus.
Black Hornet serrated.
Yeah, Black Hornet serrated. It stuck pretty good.
Looked like it poked out the back.
Yeah, it might be poking out the back. We'll see. The other one snapped off. That's just the Black Hornet. Bone's cracked. The next one is the Stinger.
Regular old Stinger.
Regular old Stinger, and it's stuck in there, so we'll look at it. Then there was the buzz cut, right?
So yes, that's the.
And it went all the way through. So we'll show you that broadhead a little better. After the Magnus is the Anarchy, which was in pretty decent shape and blew all the way through. And we'll show you the bone a little bit better later.
And that's the Kudu.
There's Kudu, which came apart.
Yes, it did not.
Twice. We shot it twice. 2 different Kudu heads. Both came apart. Then the Iron Will, which, sorry, Shadow. Iron Will penetrated about like the others. That head was actually shot twice. Then was the
Wasp drone.
Wasp drone penetrated. We don't know what the rest of Broadhead looks like.
It's probably a mess. This is Muzzy Phantom SC.
Yeah, Muzzy Phantom SC penetrated, broke the back of the bone. And then after the Muzzy SC was the Bishop
Holy Trinity.
Holy Trinity, and when we looked at it, and we'll pull it out, but it actually started coming apart, so which surprises me based off of what they say. And then the Montec, which is in a bunch of pieces. Then we went on to
this is Trocar.
That's the Trocar. It did all right. The Iron Will, oh wait, no, VPA
3-blade.
3-blade, which turned into a 2-blade. The Iron Will is not sitting here. We actually shot, and I made a bad shot, and I've shot enough of the Iron Wills I didn't shoot it again because I've got arrows. So then we went to, from Iron Will, we go to Tooth of the Arrow, which is this one right here. Yep, that's the Tooth of the Arrow right there.
Okay.
And then from Tooth of the Arrow,
the VPA 2-blade.
VPA 2-blade.
We just did that. Ricocheted off.
It ricocheted off. We found it. It's all bent up. Then we have
Ramcat.
the Ramcat that basically turned into a super duper field point.
K2 Afflictor.
But the Ramcat did go all the way through. The K2 Afflictor disintegrated in the bone. That's all we can think of.
The Shapeshifter.
The Shapeshifter, which also turned into a fancy dancy field point, but did penetrate. And then the Dirt Nap, which really disintegrated into a bunch of pieces, which you can see right there. Okay guys, so here's, I'll give you the broad view. There's all the broadheads. And if we come down here, go through them one by one, there are the Iron Wills in the 150 grain, with and without bleeders. Without bleeders, it's actually 142 or something, I think is what it came in at. This is the Bishop head. And as you can see, the blade got nicked, but came out in relatively good shape, really. So, like, let's compare. So the iron wheel, another very tough head, and you know, the tips a little flattened out, but survived very well. Both of those got stuck in the bone. The German Kinetic, this was probably the biggest surprise for me today, because last time I shot the German Kinetic, it did so well, it even survived the steel plate. And I'm shooting the exact same bow. But the German Kinetic, that's 2 German Kinetics sitting there. Then the Valkyrie, I'm a little surprised by that too, because I know it's really good steel. And it, that back part broke off. It was sticking through, tip's a little doinked. The cutthroat, you know, it's fairly bent up, but it survived, and it was sticking out the back. So then we're going to get into both ATACs. First one, deflection, and then second one, stuck in there. It's in all right shape. The Exodus looks like hell, but it blew through the bone. I've never seen the blade do that before, and I can't get it off, so it's kind of crazy. The Shuttle T went through the bone, came out with 1 blade. The Magnus went through the bone fairly well, I think, if I remember right. I'll have to go back and look at the video. But there's 2 of the Magnus. This is another surprise. So there's the Stinger, and it was curled up like that in the bone. Yet there's another Stinger, the serrated buzz cut, and it blew all the way through, and it came out really, really well. The main blade is still very straight. So Anarchy did really well. This kudu was the deflection kudu. So we decided to test it again, and when we tested it again, it came apart like it did in my last set of tests, and it made a J. So then iron wheel, 125 grain, and you know, it survived pretty good. Wasp, and then one of the other big surprises for the day, this is a Bishop head, and it's a machined head, and it completely sheared on the bone, sheared that blade off. But look at the tip still looks good. So it's kind of crazy. And then we have the Muzzy and the Montec. And then we get into the 100 grains. Muzzy Trocor is mangled up pretty good. This is actually supposed to be a 3-blade. This is a VPA, and it's supposed to be a 3-blade. This is the tooth of the arrow, guys. So there you go. It came out with 2 blades. That is a VPA single blade, or 2 blades, excuse me. And so it actually deflected too. Then we got the Ramcat that went all the way through but lost its blades. Then we have what's left of the Afflictor, which isn't much, and then the Shapeshifter, and then the Dirt Nap, which didn't survive well either. So there you go, guys. That's the test.